Yeah, my boy? Come here. Come say hello. Come on up. Come on up. Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Noah and welcome to this Stet Studio video. Today we're going to be doing a sort of day in my life vlog for Hourly Comic Day, which is February 1st every year, and I really enjoy doing it. And this year I've got a lot going on, so it's going to be a little bit packed, so to speak. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I got up at 7:30, I showered, I did my makeup, which you saw. I haven't done my makeup in so long, but I think it turned out all right. And I have a market today. The group here in Pittsburgh that facilitates markets for artists, sort of hosts them, finds the venues, etc. And yeah, I'm gonna leave at 9, go get a coffee, and make my way over there. It's a little bit of a trek. The market starts at 10, so I'm gonna just take you with me today.
There's one in the car.
Give me the dipstick. Thank you. Hello! If you want to sign up for a mailing list, you can get a free pronoun pin. You can also participate in our community art project. I design everything here, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Guys, on Tuesday, my grandma did the same. That's right, we did that. That's so funny. Also, feel free to take a piece of candy. Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh. That's why I like thumbs up for me. Yeah. That's why that's why I was like, Alright, here we are. It's the next morning, and I thought that we could unpack my bag from my craft night last night that you saw a little bit of, and rather than my face being in this video right now, because I'm in my pajamas and I just don't feel like it, I'm exhausted. I had a busy day yesterday, as you may have gathered. I thought we could sit together. Is there cat hair under? There is. That's amazing. There we go. I thought we could maybe sit here for a little bit and I could paint up the, just bits of this. And yeah, I guess the watercolors weren't in that bag. Let's see, I think they're in this bigger bag then. I was initially thinking that I wasn't gonna paint them since I didn't have time to do it yesterday and just be like, I'm honoring the amount of time I had yesterday and whatnot. But this is a great chance for me to talk a little bit about this and kind of end the day. Did I not take any paintbrushes either? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like I didn't take any paintbrushes. That's really funny. Found a paintbrush. That's from 2021 maybe? 2022? I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got some old Hourly Comic Day in here. 2022 would be my guess. It's not 2021. I remember what 2021 was, at least some of it. And here we are. Let's not dip the paintbrush in the coffee. This is a set of M-gram watercolors a friend of mine sent me. Actually, I think I'm going to use quinacridone gold instead of yellow ochre. I'm not going to do a ton of painting, but I am going to do a few bits here and there just to kind of bring some color to it. And I mean, obviously I enjoy watercolor. It's my primary medium. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Yesterday was a busy day. I had a market, and that market went relatively well. I know to a lot of people what I'm about to say doesn't sound like it went that well, depending on your experience, but I had a lot of slow markets last year before I stopped in the fall. I had my top surgery in late October, and I didn't do any markets between November to now. This was my first market of the year. So it was a really slow season for me, and I don't know, I think part of that was fears about the election, and like it wasn't quite Christmas time yet, so people weren't buying anything for any of the winter holidays or Christmas or anything. So I think that was part of it, but I don't know. I spent about $100 on the table fee, so that was my goal, was to make the table fee back, because with markets, you never know. So a big part of it is getting to connect with the community, talk with people, get your name out there, that sort of thing. So that is what I consider my main goal for every market, is to connect with people, because that's part of the reason why I make art, is to connect with people. It's also my job. I'm trying to earn money, but sorry for the coffee slurping. This is my mug today. I don't know how much of it you can see. It's got kitty cats on it. I don't want to tilt it so far I spill coffee. That's about all the further I can go. And it says cat person on the inside. Alright, we're going to use the ultramarine blue to do the toothpaste. So yeah, I did my makeup for the first time, which you saw in like over a year. That was fun, and I think it turned out nice. And then we had the market. I was very excited that we had time to stop and get coffee. We've been trying to save money, so we haven't been buying any coffee. I know that's very like those darn millennials and their Starbucks, but we're just trying to save money where we can, and that is one of the areas I used to go get coffee every Monday, and we were more likely to stop and get coffee when we were out, and now we don't. But we had time to stop and get coffee as a little treat. So that was fun. I got to talk to the baristas, and obviously I am aware of the like customer-employee like dynamic. So like I know they have to be nice to me, but I do enjoy getting to talk to them and say hi. A lot of them I know by name because I've been going there for so long, but yeah. What else do I want to paint? I think we'll use this quinacridone gold again over here just as a fun callback to make things more cohesive. And like I said, I'm not painting everything. I'm just doing a few things here and there. But yeah, so coffee was fun. You saw a little bit. I try not to share so much that I'm like doxing myself and where I live, but yeah. I'm very tired, but the market wasn't too bad. That I completely got off track. What I was going to say was I made my table feedback. I got some great participation in our community art project, which is going to be making a zine. People who come to my markets in person are able to fill out a little paper writing down what they love about being queer, and that's what this box is, and you may have seen it in some of the videos, I don't know. They write down what they love about being queer or trans, and then at the end we're going to make a zine out of all of it, and if they're signed up to my mailing list, they get the zine for free, and if they want, they can purchase it, and it will benefit local LBGT plus charities here in Pittsburgh. So that's the plan. It'll be a year-long thing. I did one last year, which was covering up hate comments that I had received on Instagram. I printed them out, and then I glued them to a canvas, and I'm aware that we went on another tangent, but this is just how it's going to be. Let me finish the story, and I'll get back to what I was saying. We glued them to a canvas, and then people are allowed to write over them, draw over them, do whatever they want just to cover them up. And it was a lot of fun. People really filled up the canvas, and now I have to decide what I'm going to do. I was initially thinking that I would write something across it in big letters, make it say something like trans, we have always been here, or we will always be here, or maybe like trans is beautiful, something like that. But I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna ask on social media like Instagram, YouTube, and get people's involvement in that. So if you'd like to participate, you can follow me on, well, obviously here on YouTube. On Instagram, I'm stet_studio, and on Blue Sky, I am Stet Studio. Those are really the only places I'm active right now. Or you can join my mailing list, which is down below. There will be a link to that. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that I like to do. I started it last year, and I really, really enjoyed that extra facet to interacting with the community. I don't have the sweater up here, so I don't remember which sleeve. One sleeve at the top is, one sleeve is like a light green, gray, blue, and one is like a creamy off-white with speckles, and I don't know which is which. I don't know if it's the left sleeve or the right sleeve, so we're just gonna guess, and it's okay. And I'll add some green on top of that later. So back to the market. Like I said, a lot of the markets at the end of last year were not great. It was the end of my market year. And a lot of the times I didn't make my table fee back. But like I said, the table fee was around $100 for this market. It was a new market, so I had never done it before. I didn't know at the time it was actually new. This was the first time having this specific market. It was the second time at this location. They did one in December, and apparently that one went really well. This one, I think, went pretty well, too. Obviously, you're not going to have the same rush of customers in February as you are in December, because there's not that, like, oh, I need to get presents for the winter holidays bustle. That, and people are probably still, like, recouping their savings and whatnot from that, so that is something to consider. But I feel like it went well. I did make my table fee back. Like I said, it was about $100. I think it may have been $115, $105, somewhere in there. No more than $115 max. But I considered $100 or more a success, and I made $139. That's the gross. It doesn't include the fees, tax, stuff like that. But I made over $100, so made my table fee back, got a bunch of people signing up for my mailing list, which is exactly what you want as a small business owner, and had some participation in the community art project, which was exciting because it's brand new and I wasn't sure how people would react to it. I also took a picture of my booth to draw this, so I suppose I could just look at that picture, but I'm not worried about it right now. I just want to have some fun talking to y'all and to paint just a little bit. I'm trying to think. I'd be sad if I put that in my coffee. While that's drying, I'm gonna put some colors in here on this palette. This palette is, I think, was the Mandalorian palette, I think is what we're gonna make it look like. And I'm just gonna guess. I know there's lots of sandy colors, lots of greens, grays, etc. So we'll go from there. And it is a kind of limited palette that I've got here right now, so I'm gonna get a little creative rather than being like, I've got a bajillion colors that I can take straight from the pan and it's all gonna be exactly what I want. And I really like that palette. I doubt that ColourPop still makes it. They might, I don't know, but I like it. Makes me happy. I like the Mandalorian. I need to move quicker because this says I've been yapping for 13 minutes and we're only on the first spread and we've got like 4 of these to go, so I may end up having to cut some stuff from this for time. Alright, there's that. Purple, we don't have any purple. I can make some purple. Take this, mix it over here. That is very strong blue. And it matches the red and the pink and the blue that I'm going to be using. I'll use the same blue. And it'll all be cohesive. So these gloves that I'm knitting are for a friend. This is actually the second one in the pair. And I think you saw they are a sort of purpley, bluey, pink, and gray combo. But I'm just painting them the overall color. I might add some of the pink and blue in like dots to this, but we'll see. But I'm really enjoying them. They're the wasabi and ginger pattern. You can find it on Ravelry if you're interested. I can't remember the name of the person who designed it. You can also find it on nitty.com, but you can find it on Ravelry. Or you can just Google wasabi and ginger gloves and you'll find it. But yeah, so that's these. I'm pretty close to finishing them. I'm hoping I'll be able to finish them today. I worked on them a tiny bit at the craft night, but really all I did was rip this part out. I ended up, when I tried them on after I finished the rude finger, so to speak, I realized that they are not the right size. I made it too tight, so I'm going to have to redo that, which is fine. I did rip it out already. I managed to pick all the stitches back up, and it was kind of a pain to do that, but I really want these gloves to be, you know, just right. I care about the person they're for, and I'm excited. This is the first time they've asked me to make them something. They're definitely knit-worthy. I just want them to be good and comfortable gloves. So yeah. That's the story behind those. I was hoping I'd get to work on them a little bit more, but honestly, with the fiddliness of it all, it just was not in the cards in terms of having, like, enough focus at a market, or even really at the craft night, because we were also watching things, and talking, and chatting, and having dinner. It was just too much. So, yeah, that was not something that happened yesterday. So yeah, while I was waiting for the other watercolors to dry, I started editing the vlog, which is exciting because it's been a long time since I've made a video for this channel. I do have a second channel where I post things about knitting and sewing and all of that, which is called Stat Stitches, which you're more than welcome to follow if you want. But honestly, I haven't had time to make videos, regardless of whether they're for this channel or for fun or for whatever. I just haven't had the time. I've been so busy, and I really enjoy doing them. It's not just for me, like, part of my business. I love making YouTube videos. So I actually kind of had to force myself to stop and be like, no, you need to finish painting the stuff and get them ready to have pictures taken of them. You know, that's, you know, you're trying to hurry so you can have this out only a day late. So yeah, it was kind of funny that I'm like, you need to go back to the painting, which is supposed to be the fun part of this. Not that I'm not enjoying the painting. I do like the painting. I just miss video editing. Yeah, and I was surprised how many dogs there were in this mall, and nobody cared, because it was a mall. I was in an empty store that was like not used as a store anymore, that, you know, maybe they wanted to rent it out. But this is, I actually have no idea what this paint is anymore, but it is a palette I made out of paints. It's probably like a Winsor & Newton student grade set. I made it several years ago before I studied abroad in Peru over the summer when I first started doing watercolors. Yeah, and this is that box I mentioned for the community art project. But yeah, like I said, there were a lot of dogs in this mall, and I don't know why, but, you know, not my business. I'm not responsible for keeping the dogs out of the mall. None of them did anything. I think only one of them barked like maybe once. Alright, red, yellow. So there was a reel, I don't know if you'll have seen it yet, probably not, I don't know when I'm going to edit it, of me painting, I'll probably make it a YouTube short too, of me painting this box. It was originally just a plain white box, or not white, it was like a really light, fleshy pink, so like kind of an orangey undertone, and it was gross, honestly. Alright, where's the purple? That's the purple. So I painted it to look like the pride flag, and then I added the stripes to make it like the trans pride flag on top. And this is where people will be putting their community art project stuff. And the first person to put something in made me really happy because I feel like a lot of my customers are younger people or maybe parents or adults buying for their younger relatives or children. So it was nice to see a woman who's probably Gen X age with her partner, her wife, and she decided to put something in, and it made me happy because, like I said, I feel like a lot of my stuff caters towards young people, but I want all LBGT plus people to feel represented by my art. And I can't believe this lady gave me a $20 donation. That was so sweet. Yeah, she kind of looked like she was going to start crying, which, I mean, I feel like crying a lot of time, too, when I think about the state of the world. So I don't blame her. I will say this palette kind of lacks in the green department. You either get this super bluey green or super earthy yellowy green. There's no, like, green, but it's fine. I layer them sometimes, and I think that works. Also no red in here, but again, that's fine. I don't care. All right. Do we think peanut butter is more of a burnt sienna or a burnt umber? I'm going for burnt sienna. It's really not either of them, but, you know, it's not quite the red I want, but that's what we're going with. Okay, I put this ink down yesterday. Why are you bleeding? You should be dry by now. You're supposed to be waterproof. I swear, these pens, I feel like they smudge under erasers and bleed when they're not supposed to. I don't know. I'm on the hunt for the perfect pen, and I don't think I'll ever find it. These are otographic liners, and I know I did not just give the most ringing endorsement of them by complaining about them, but I do like them. I think they're pretty good overall pens. We're just going to color in this crowd of people. I did end up, when I had to go to the bathroom, I ended up having to use the men's room because the women's room was locked. And of course, I am neither a man nor a woman, but I tend to use the women's room. But it was locked, and I did not have time to wait and find out if it was locked because there was a person in there or it was it was closed unintentionally, permanently, because they were single-person bathrooms, so it really didn't matter. No, they were functionally gender-neutral bathrooms because there's one person at a time in them. So yeah, I just went in the men's, and it was disgusting, as American men's rooms tend to be. All right, there we go, adding a little more color. But yeah, there was other dogs and strollers I saw too. And I noticed while I was editing the video, I never even drew anything about needing to put oil in the car. While we were driving to the market, it said that we got a low oil message. And I was like, well, all right. We had some oil in the back of a car in the under storage part of the trunk. I don't know. Kind of next to where the spare tire would be, so I put that in, and it was fine. I don't really have the right colors for the Doberman, but it feels weird to leave him, so we'll do our best. I think I'm probably going to end up painting almost everything on this page. Just because, I don't know, all of it feels relatively easy to paint, and, things I don't want to leave empty. I don't know. What shirt was Julia wearing yesterday? I don't remember. I can't remember. I feel like maybe it was an orange shirt. I suppose I could go back and look at that. Well, no, I can't go back and look at the, I just went through the setup footage, and she's wearing a coat, so I couldn't tell you. It's a different coat that she was wearing when she came to pick me up, but a coat. Colder in the evening than it was in the morning, or rather, we expected it to be warmer in the morning, and by the evening, we were aware of how cold it was. Because it was very, very warm here on the last day of February. It was in the 50s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius, but it was way too warm for February. Or January, rather. And then yesterday, I guess, was in the, 30s, 20s, which is around freezing, around 0. Maybe a little bit under. Brown patches. Let me look and see what this dog looked like. They've got brown on the ears, on the inside of the ears. We got brown on the muzzle. Looks like some of their legs are brown sometimes. Alright, that's good enough. Now let's go in with the quote-unquote black, which is just a Payne's gray. And, it can be really black looking, if you make it dark enough, but it's also very blue, and the Doberman is a brown black, not a blue black. So, it's not technically accurate, but we're working with what we've got. And if this was higher quality watercolor paper, it would blend more, but we're not worried about that. We're just worried about getting some color down. And I don't know, just doing this quickly, which is fine. It's meant to be low stress, high fun, watercolor. I've decided I'm gonna go with orange for her shirt. If that's not accurate, it's fine. She has two shirts that are kind of this like loose V-cut style that are longer. And I accidentally drew it way too long. It's not that deep of a V, but whatever. I'll need to add some maybe brown over top of it, or red. If it's a darker orange, it's like a fall color rather than a really bright color. I completely forgot I'm supposed to be talking. I had to turn a light on because it's really dark in here, so I apologize if the lighting looks weird. I did my best to fix it. You know, just in general, but sometimes it's weird. Yeah, I wasn't really sure how to draw us packing up, so I just drew some of the boxes that we use. We've got it down to a science. Julia's been helping me with this for so long. She is an amazing support, like amazing. She takes me, except for the one time she was sick, she takes me to all of my markets. She helps me set up. She usually leaves because she doesn't like being around crowds, but then she'll come back and help me pack up and go home. She's amazing, and I am so lucky to have her and so blessed. So, you know, don't think that people who do this without any support. There's usually some kind of support, whether it's financial, emotional, you know, there's something going on. You can't do this alone. Painting in the little boxes, they're just a simple little sort of vignette. I really like this way of making comics where you kind of, I forgot to write in a caption, there will also be a caption, but I don't know, I like sort of implied action that comes out of just drawing things that are a part of the moment. I don't really know how to describe it better than that. I don't know that much about comics. I have taken some time on and off over the years to increase my understanding, but it's never been like a top priority for my business or my professional development. So it's just never been, like I said, a top priority. It's never something I've really sat down and formally learned about. And I also see that I forgot to do the erasing on that other page, but that's okay. And then we have from 4 to 6 p.m. where I just kind of passed out. I ate half a bag of chips, a slice of cheese, and took a half-hour nap. So I don't know if I'm going to put anything on this page. I could like put some color around it maybe, but I think I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to color in the little rainbow box. It feels weird to have it in one spot, not done up, etc. I know I didn't do it in the overview, but it's just too tiny in that one. And of course the stripes aren't quite the same on every single one, but that's fine, I don't care. Just to kind of remind you that it's the same thing in every like shot. But yeah, I finished editing everything except for what I'm doing now, and the vlog on its own is only about 8 minutes long. So it's probably a good thing that I'm recording a voiceover right now to add to it, or a little section. Alright, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll go straight here. I don't have that much to add. I'll paint my pencil yellow. But I'll do this page while that dries before I like press down all the way on that. So yeah, my friend had us over. So it was me, another friend, the host, and his daughter just hanging out. We watched some Svengoolie, which was new to me. He had explained it to me, so I knew what it was, but never watched it before. I really only had a vague idea of what it was. I was trying to figure out how it was different from Mystery Science Theater. And it's more of a, they don't talk through it the whole time. They just kind of, during the commercial breaks, they might make a joke about it or something. So I need to pull up my reference picture. I think I did a pretty good job drawing him for having never, you know, never seen him before last night. Of course, I used a reference image rather than trying to grab him while he was dooting around on the screen there. Okay, so his hat's all black. Thought maybe the band was red, but it doesn't look like it. And his hair is black. A lot of black. Almost like he's doing some sort of like horror-themed thing. But if you don't know what Svengoolie is, it's a show that is actually still running. I didn't realize it was still running. I thought that we would be watching like reruns or something like that. And they take an old horror movie from like maybe the 50s and they play it and they kind of make jokes about it. They talk about it. They give you maybe a little history behind the actors that are in it. And yeah, it's just kind of campy fun. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I got to finish up my stuff for Hourly Comic Day. I usually end it a little more loosely. To be fair, though, usually at the end of the night, I'm more, not all over the place, but like less like changing what I'm doing. That doesn't make any sense what I'm trying to say, but like my nights are more chill, so I tend to, you know, do like from 7 to 10 I did this, because the first year I did hourly comic day, I drew all the way up until it was bedtime, and honestly, I value my peace way too much to do that anymore. It's like, you can have a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing, but you don't need to know entirely what I'm doing, and it's fine. So yeah, is this dry? Yeah, it's dry enough. So yeah, so we had pizza for supper. I had some tea at one point, and you can see how much the pen smudged. There was puppies, because my friend whose house we were at has 2 dogs, and they're lovely. So I drew one of them. The other one was sleeping most of the time, so if I had drawn her, it would have just been a little lump with a sweater on, so I drew the one that wasn't asleep. And his daughter is absolutely obsessed with unicorns, so that is how we are representing her. And I don't remember what my mug looked like, so we're just gonna make it vaguely. It was a gnome mug, but I don't remember what the gnome looked like, so we'll just do like a little red hat, probably some green shirts, brown shoes. But yeah, the tea was good, the pizza was good. It was just like freezer pizza. We didn't order anything, which was fine. I don't really like pizza that much, so I'm not super picky about what I eat, but it was good. I liked it. It was a good pizza. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to the unicorn. It's kind of embarrassing how bad the unicorn is, because I used to be like a super horse girl, so the fact that I can't draw horses anymore is a little embarrassing. I'm going to use a light with some orange to make kind of like a burnt cheese look. We'll just go over everything, and then I'll paint the things red that I want red. There. And then the dog was a white dog, so I think we might just add a little bit of shadow here and there, and then that'll be it. Give her a little dimension. She's got those, what did my friend say? She's a chaos marshmallow was how the 6-year-old unicorn queen described her, but she's got those existential crisis eyes. Her eyes are slightly wall-eyed, so she just kind of, and they're like popping out a little bit. So she kind of looks like she's been through it. And she is a rescue dog, so I don't know, maybe she has been through it, poor baby. There we go. Do I want to paint Svengoolie's skin color at all? I think I'll leave it white. He is kind of supposed to look like a skeleton or the undead, so the white suits it. I didn't paint in Julia's skin tone either, just because not gonna lie, I don't really have the energy to make up a skin tone right now, nor do I have the colors I normally use, so I'm also far more confident doing skin color with gouache, because I can use white, than I am with watercolor where you don't use white. So we're just not gonna worry about it right now. Color everything in. But yeah, the movie we watched, I think it was like 20 Million Miles to Earth was what it was called. It was about these astronauts that came back from Saturn. They crashed on the planet, and of course there was an alien monster, and bad. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna let this dry, and then we'll do a final flip through. Okay, so here are my finished 2025 hourly comic day spreads. I really, really enjoy this challenge every year, and this year it was particularly challenging because of how busy it was. But, you know, I had a lot of fun. Like I said, it was a challenge, and yeah, they're just little doodles. I did take a few reference photos here and there so I could use them later on. And yeah, overall it was a good day. I was really tired, but I had a good time. Got to do a market that went better than a lot of them have lately. Got to hang out with some friends, and got to participate in a challenge I really enjoy. So yeah, that is Hourly Comic Day 2025. If you'd like to participate, you can always do your own Hourly Comic Day if you don't want to wait until next year. Just, you know, pick a day and do it. Or you can join us next year. I'm sure I'll be doing it then too. I don't know if I'll be filming another vlog, but I did film a vlog last year, so if you'd like to watch that one, I'll have it linked so you can check it out. And yeah, if you'd like to be a part of the Stet Studio community, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky as Stet_studio for Instagram, Stet Studio for YouTube, and Blue Sky. And you can also join my mailing list, like I said. So yeah, be sure to leave me a comment if you'd like to tell me a bit about what your day was like on February 1st, or maybe you have done Hourly Comic Day, maybe you'd like to do Hourly Comic Day, or anything like that. I think really the only other thing I have to say is like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but if you didn't like it, why are you still here? Go touch some grass, go drink a cup of water. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you are having a fantastic February. Bye!